G'day folks, my name is Ryan Joyce and today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to use the Rocka Vogue. The Rocka Vogue comes with a range of accessories. In this tutorial we'll be focusing on how to utilize the housing for the camera. The Rocka Vogue comes mounted on the top of the box like so. To remove, you unclip the red valve, push the two pincers and slide out. This can be used on your surfboards, your bicycle mount, your helmet mount. To start off with, we remove the screw-on head from the suction mount. We then slide the adapter piece into place, line the holes up. On the housing mount, we're going to remove the bottom piece. Generally, this bottom piece is used on the surfing mount, on the helmet mount, and it's clipped into the box using the same philosophy. In order to remove this, we need to unscrew the connector pin, remove the rubber stopper. You can put the rubber stopper in a clamp for safekeeping. From here, we take the housing, slide it into place on the suction grip, make sure the holes line up, slide the screw back in and seal. Something to take note, there's a film on the bottom of the rubber suction. The suction will not work if you do not remove this. From here, to open the housing, pull this lever back, slide it up and over, and open. The camera goes in facing forward, push it in firmly to the front, seal the housing, and place the suction clamp down, firmly press down, make sure the lever is pointed up, then slowly press the lever down to create the suction. And it comes out like so. We're now going to remove the suction clamp and show how to attach the housing to the bicycle mount. To remove the housing from it, you want to keep the adapter piece on the house and just unscrew this. Unscrew the pin. Just the housing in the slats. Make sure the holes line up. And connect the beam in, like so. Once connected, the mount will go onto your bicycle on the center beam, like so, when steering, the camera steers with it. To use the camera body housing mount, slide the camera in backwards till you get a clip, making sure all the buttons, lights, ports line up. We then take this adapter, slide it in, screw. The outer body housing is generally used with your suction mount for dash cam purposes. We will be referring to how to change the settings a bit later. Now we'll refer to how to utilize the remote. Remote can be used to start or stop video recording and to power off the device. When the device is off, it cannot be used to power on the device, as it is using infrared. To assemble the device, i.e. put the battery inside the remote, we remove the strap. Using a coin, we unscrew the battery pack, place the battery in, facing up. Place the cap back on. Something to note with this remote, it can only be used from the front of the camera, so it's ideal for when surfing and you want to start recording as the big wave comes. As mentioned earlier, the remote can only be used when the camera is on. So to power the camera on, hold on the power button for 2 seconds, you'll see the light flash, and the remote will function. To start the recording, press the recording button, grey button with the camera, pointing at the front. To stop the recording, grab in the front, and to take a picture, use the middle button. To power the device off, just press the red button pointing at the front, and the camera will power off. Before using the camera, please ensure that it is fully charged. It comes with a micro USB cable, can be plugged into your phone charger, your computer, and charges for roughly 4 hours. In order to use this camera, you require a micro SD card. I recommend a 32 gig class 10 micro SD card. You would slot the SD card in the SD card slot. To power the camera on, press the power button in the back for 2 seconds. The camera boots. With the new SD card inserted, it will ask you to format. Say yes, confirm, top button, format. The camera comes with 3 primary filming modes. First one is 4K at 30 FPS. Second one is your 8 megapixel camera, generally good for taking photos, and your slow motion video, which is 720p at 90 FPS. To change between these modes, you use the mode/power button in the front of the camera, and just short press it each time. You can also navigate through to your saved videos and through the settings with this button. To start the video, light press the top and it starts recording. To take a picture, hold in and it takes a picture. Switching to the next mode, it's simply light press once from 4K to 8 megapixel, again from 8 megapixel to 720 slow-mo, and light press again to go through and review all the video that's on your SD card. To get settings, press once more and you have to press select in order to enter settings mode. Once in settings mode, you can change the video resolution, turn on or off for sound recording, turn on time-lapse looped recording. You can control your photo effects, the time it takes to shoot it, if you've got a delay or not. You can control the exposure. You can turn it in driving mode. I referred to this earlier when referring to the dash cam. In settings, on the third option, you get a small option called driving mode. So you select that and it will automatically, when recording, record in upside down mode, so when you view it will be the right way up. If in doubt, you've changed something in the camera and don't know how to change it back, go to settings. On the fourth option, you'll find a factory reset settings option. Select that, say confirm, and the camera will restore itself to factory settings. You can also format your SD card in this place and set the date and time, etc. Exit settings mode, you go to X and press select. The camera comes with the wireless mode option. This allows you to control the camera, i.e. start or stop video, to transfer photos and stuff using your phone. You can also modify the camera settings on the phone. To enter Wi-Fi mode, press the down key. You see a wireless icon and the Wi-Fi name will be Vogue. On your phone, on your Android or Apple device, you need to download an app called XDV. I've already got it installed, so in this case I'll just open it. Once connected, you'll be able to view what the camera sees on your phone in real time. You can start or stop the recording. It's in slow-mo. On your main screen you have standard recording, you have looped recording, which will loop at 5-minute intervals, and you can set a time lapse. Next page is on your 8 megapixel camera, the same sort of thing. For timing, your trail, and you can set it to auto. I'd leave it on auto as recommended. And for slow-mo, you can change between 1080p at 60 fps or 720p at 90 to 120 fps. For higher quality, I prefer the 1080p at 60 fps. In the app, you can also change your settings, your video resolution, sound, time-lapse recording, loop recording. Key things to note, you can change your wireless password. This is really useful when you've got a couple of friends who've also used the Vogue. It distinguishes your camera from the others. You can set the time sync by clicking time sync, and the device will automatically synchronize the time from your phone to the camera. You can format your SD card. This is useful when you've run out of space. You click format, it'll format, and you can start a stretch, as well as you can reset your camera to its normal settings. And that concludes this video. Thank you for watching. Please note that the instruction manual has more details on settings and configs. Please don't forget to look at our Rocka website for our other products. And we thank you for buying the Rocka Vogue. Goodbye.